it going, everybody? This is Daniel,
Hey, I'm Christian.
and we are joined by Dive Bomb Diego Hill. How are you doing tonight, Diego?
I'm doing pretty good, man. How about y'all? How y'all doing?
Doing good, man.
It's pretty good. Not bad for a Monday.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, man. I forgot today is Monday. I thought it was Sunday, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, you're living the
Yeah.
dream right now.
Yeah, man. Try my best to.
awesome. Well, before we hop into things, where can people find you? Is there any do you have any merch links? Anything you want people to know about? Any stuff to promote? Here's your time.
Yeah. Most of the time I'm on Instagram. You can follow me at I'm Diego Hill. Twitter also got a Facebook page. Make sure y'all get that a like. And working on getting the YouTube page soon. So
Awesome.
once I do that, I'm gonna start vlogging and all that.
Yeah.
And merch. Working on getting that sold online. But if you see me at local shows like DPW, PWF, all the other North Carolina shows, then yep, merch is
Awesome.
there.
Yep, definitely check out that because you are definitely one of the most talented people on the scene today. Just like you, Jay Malachi, some of the stuff you guys do is nuts. So definitely want to follow because you post some pretty cool stuff on there from your matches. Kind of
Appreciate
segue into that. There was a cool moment you had at Victory Lap, and this is one of the first times we saw you. You're very fiery when you hit your big moves, and you're really engaged to it. And one time, I got in the crossfire, so I've got a clip I'm going to play for you. And this is one of our first introductions to you. So let's put that together for you.
Oh, go Diego, go!
Whoa! Everybody crash and burn! Oh my God, the rental!
Not the rentals, Diego, not you too.
Now, if you look really close,
Was that you?
That was me.
Was that you?
That was me.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
so I feel like y'all kind of already know each
Yeah.
other, on a deeper level, but because that's amazing.
You see it right there? I admit, I was feeling it too hard when I threw the chair. But it's as soon as I stand up on the chair, I ain't even gonna lie, I lost my balance a little bit. So it was I didn't want to fall back. So usually when people get ready to fall, they lean back. I'm over here leaning forward, but then I see what had happened when I leaned forward. But I appreciate you for catching my phone, but I didn't know it was gonna make you sit down.
It was fine. I should have been prepared. Anything is possible, especially when you're in the ring.
You don't sit in that seat not thinking Diego's gonna fall on
who
you.
was that dude that I made sit down, and it was you the whole time. I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. It was fun, especially seeing that video everywhere. So
And from that day on, Daniel said one day he's gonna be on the podcast, and here we are.
yeah,
Hey, here we are right here.
we're actually just here to confront you about this. I just would like an apology, and then you could go on with your night.
It was funny though.
Yeah, no, I
So,
like.
every DPW show, I tried looking for you too, and I was just like, all right, where's that fan? And it was you the whole time.
Yeah, it was me. I had a
That's
mustache
incredible.
at that
I
point
feel
in
so
time.
bad now.
Oh, it's okay. I had a mustache. I deserved it.
The perfect disguise.
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh my goodness.
we're huge fans of yours. The first time we actually saw you was at Showdown of the Carolinas. There was that crazy scramble match with Kozo, James Ryan, all those guys, and I was like, this dude is unlike anything I've ever seen. So we're instantly became fans. But before you became Dive Bomb Diego Hill, where was your first kind of introduction to wrestling? Where does that start for you?
What's that earliest memory?
That's crazy because I usually don't tell people this, but I never even grew up being a wrestler. I was more of a basketball, soccer type player. But what really got my attention to wrestling is when I first started watching Kota Ibushi and legends like Tajiri, Rey Mysterio. And I to this day, I grew up being a Rey Mysterio fan my whole life.
Same here.
That right there is my idol. Like the first time when I started wrestling, I started off as a luchador. Yeah, and then I kept the Diego name legacy going after that, and like it was a crazy story too, because like the actual name that I had got with Dive Bomb was Ash Samuels actually gave me that name, and I was like, okay, how can I make this work? And then somehow like my actions do it for me, because like once that moment I like got the crowd where I need them in my hands, it's like, okay, what can I do better next show? What can I do better next show? What can I do better next show?
Yeah.
And like the name Dive Bomb, I can say, is really describes me 100% because I'm fucking crazy. Like,
yeah. I have firsthand experience. So like, how old were you when you kind of got into like Kota Ibushi and Tajiri and Rey Mysterio?
I was in high school at the time. I was graduating. I think I was like 18, 19 at the time.
Yeah. Did you like get fully entranced in it, where you were like watching every week or like devouring anything you could find, or was it still kind of?
I actually grew up watching New Japan. Tried my best to stay away from WWE for some reason, I guess, because I always wanted to experience like new styles and like new wrestling, and that's what got my attention with like Defy Wrestling. And before they were even defined, they were what culture.
Yeah,
and like,
of course, they did some crazy stuff like with Ricochet, and Penta, and Ospreay. Awesome. So, at what point did you decide that this is something that you wanted to do?
When you get caught into those moments where you're young and you're dumb, and like most of the time, for some reasons, you can like stay out of trouble, and it's just like, I wouldn't say that I like chose wrestling. If it was like more like if my brother, Indie King JT, wasn't in the business like before I was, maybe I wouldn't become a wrestler.
Yeah.
At that point, I owe props to my brother right there, because like at times, like right after high school, like it was hard for me to find jobs. Like moments where I had to drop out of school just because I didn't have the money to like go to school. But what Indie King JT did, he took me to one of his old training schools one time. I had got there for one bit, and I was like, okay, this looks fun, but hurtful at the same time.
Yeah.
So then another week goes by. I'm still in that shadow of me sitting there. I'm like, what if I do this? Another week goes by. So it actually took me like 5 weeks to actually like get out of that bubble, to be like, all right, I'm fucking getting in the ring.
Yeah.
And ever since then, like when I like legit took my first bump, it was like, what can I say? It was like once I started watching the wrestlers do it, I'm believing in myself, like I can do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like once they first start seeing me take like my first bump, they already thinking I've done this shit before, and I'm like, no, this is my first time.
That's really cool.
Experience my first time in wrestling. I could say it was a great journey, but really didn't learn much till I started going to the Carolina Wrestling Academy, and that's where I met Bojack, who I'm now extremely close with now, as you see, and the long shots, Aaron Cox, all of them,
Yeah. You started, did you just like, I want to be Rey Mysterio, like I want to be Kota Ibushi, like I just want to go in there and
pretty much I had that mindset of like that, but had it created Dive Bomb style.
Yeah, for sure. So it was Dive Bomb from the very start for you, or did you have a character like when you first started?
At first, when I started, before it was Dive Bomb, it was the High Flying Phenomenon.
Yeah.
Diego Hill. So I was like, okay. Everyone used the word high fly so much.
Yeah.
But like, and then I had this luchador character that was called Ace Diego. I don't know if it's still up on YouTube or not, but yeah, that was me. And everyone said that was good, but I just had to get out of my shadow at that time.
Yeah, for sure. So who are you training with at PWF? Was it was Bojack or who all was like running that at the time?
When I was there at the time, I was trained by Kobe,
Okay.
Jakob, and yeah, Bojack, of course, too.
Yeah. How would you say that's influenced your style? Because your style, you do have the high flying, but you could also like you're super accurate with like your moves, like you're technical, like you could make anybody believe that you just kick somebody in the face and they're like out cold. Um, did having like people to like look at with different styles, like Colby, like this is a great technical wrestler, Bojack's his powerhouse, and then Jacob as well. How did that influence you in your style?
That influenced me to like tell myself like now that I could like the way that like they've taught me,
Uh,
especially books of wrestling. I could say like from 2 to 3 years from now, like I could say I've pursued up there
uh,
ever since like I've met them,
yeah,
And for instance, like Bojack, he's always kept it 100 with me, no matter what.
yeah,
He's like if it could be a moment where it'd be like, okay, if we haven't tried a tag team move yet before, and he'll be 100 with me, he'll be like, you think you can do this? I'd be like, I don't know. He's like, nah, you can do it.
yeah,
And then we ain't doing it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if anyone will ask me what is the best Carolina training school today, I've got to say CWA because
Yeah.
they've helped me a lot, made my character like make me be like me. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the happy, lit young kid that I am.
yeah. They have like a great like North Carolina is so fortunate to have so many companies like with AML, DPW. Of course, you're majorly involved in Firestar. PWF has kind of their own like style of things. Like their shows, of course, Super Jaw puts on a great production, but it's like every one of their shows has a really cool, funny theme and like
Well, and it's like it's a joke. Like way before we ever did this show, I used to refer to y'all as like the coastal like the coastal crew because it's like y'all when DBWs get going, y'all were the ones blowing it up. And it was
Yeah.
such like this crazy because I was able to go to a few of those shows, but way before I went to a DPW show, and it was just very interesting that the same guys I was excited about there are the guys who are blowing it up now in DPW.
yeah,
So like that is such a testament to I guess the hard work that y'all have been putting into that.
Yeah. And to be honest, I never thought myself honestly being a part of a DPW roster, and I'm just like blessed of every opportunity those guys have given.
yeah, yeah. They've like
How
go ahead.
Oh, I was just curious. How did the DPW deal for you come about? Um, how did that get put together? You being involved with them?
It was funny too, because when I was well, I still am. Like when I was training at the Carolina Wrestling Academy, that's where I also met host James Darnell.
Yeah,
He told me at the time because we were training for a while, and he told me at the time that he was running a show, and he asked for my raid. I gave him my raid, and then I guess he like it is weird though, because like every moment we train together, it's just like he's got that like eye on me, like that. You know how when the promoter just like I give you that eye when you're working, like he just like
yeah,
gave me that time, like I worked on a move or whatever.
yeah,
And so then and there, he told me he was running the show. Uh, he told me the date, and then the date ended up being Deadlock Pro.
Yeah.
And that's how I had my debut match against Kevin Koo and ended up making a banger on that.
Yeah. Just kind of a side question. So you've been in the ring with Calvin Tankman, Kevin Koo, like a whole litany of people now. Uh, who hits the hardest, Calvin Tankman or Kevin Koo? Hits, kicks, like just
Okay. Kick wise, I got to give it to Kevin.
yeah.
Chop wise, that's an equal right there because I've been chopped by both of them before.
Yeah.
Punches, I gotta go with Tank.
Yeah.
I love you, Kevin, but I know you can throw them shits a little harder.
Yeah.
Throw that one. Am I? Yeah. No, I said punch, chop, kick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I've seen some of the shit that Calvin Tankman does. Like it looks like literally like how is that person ever gonna be able to like get up and move again? Like it's just
Bro.
I know it's not like completely choreographed. Like there's only awesome. So going back to your training, what was your sorry. What were you saying?
I said if they ever book me a one-on-one match with Tankman, like that would go nuts.
Yeah, let's put it out there. Let's manifest it, as Tim would say. I'll be there for that. Do you remember who your first match was against?
Yes. My first match was against a guy named Hotshot Adam Hansen.
Okay. How was that experience for you? Like walking to the ring for the first time, like being in the ring, like by yourself, like feeling the crowd. How was that for you? I guess.
I mean, at first, of course, it was nervous as hell. Like, it was like that moment when I walked through that curtain, I like kind of blank. You know how when you're like singing in front of people and then like you can't get that voice to come out? Like, that's what kind of situation I was in. So I was like, okay. I tried to high five people, it didn't work, but you know, yeah, like it was rough. It was rough, man. But somehow I figured out a way to work through it afterwards. And, you know, I can say I learned something from that.
Yeah.
You know, never be scared, I guess.
Yeah. How long after that match before you felt like comfortable enough to just like you step in the ring? It's like, oh yeah, I belong here. Like I'm here to do a job. These people are here to see me.
I would say it took me like a year later to like finally be me.
Do you remember the match that was against or who that was with?
You said what?
Was there like a certain moment that you were just like, oh, yep, here I am. I belong here. Or is it just kind of like a general feeling that you had?
I could say I had that. I could say could have that moment right when I started going to train with PWF.
Okay.
Because like at that other school that I went to, it was so I hate to say it, but it was like so basic. And like what I had learned from there was nothing but body slams, clotheslines. They never even taught me how to structure a match, to be honest. Like when I got here, it was like more of a different vibe, can I say? More fun. Because like who doesn't love to have fun in wrestling?
Yeah.
You know, and that right there, I could say, yeah, I definitely belong here at that time. I when I started first going to PWF.
Yeah. you've had some awesome matches at PWF. You had a bigger against Jay Malachi,
Yeah.
Victor Andrews. Like you faced some really cool people there. Do you have a favorite match in the with PWF that you've had?
I could say my favorite match so far over there would be against Aaron Cox.
Nice. Yeah, he's somebody that we've heard a lot about recently. I think Bojack mentioned him, and a few people since then have shouted him out.
Yeah, that was also my favorite match. Of course, Infinite Man Tim. We've told like a great story there.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, and of course, Jay Malachi had some banger with him up there.
Oh yeah.
Of course, we had a banger at DPW. That's how my injury started.
Yeah. Do you guys have like a sort of a competition to like see like who could one up each other? Like, you ever like say, "Hey, watch this shit," and then like go out and.
I mean, we might as well. Like we like every show we like debut. Like we recently just wrestled in California, and I've won that match.
Yeah. That was WrestleMania weekend, right?
I'm sorry.
Was that WrestleMania weekend?
Yeah, that was.
Awesome. Yeah. He was telling us about that, how he kind of it was the getting some heat for being the Tupac of this generation in California.
He was at that happened too. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn. And he gonna attack Jordan Oliver. I'm like, damn, man. You really.
Yeah. That's awesome. What was it like? Was that your first time wrestling in California?
Yeah, it was actually my first time.
How was that experience, especially on like a WrestleMania weekend, where it's probably the craziest wrestling weekend of the year?
Oh, I can say it was so different. Like, it's like you're having your own WrestleMania right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I felt the energy. Like it was just so like so different. And not only that, for me to like do that and also like represent like all Caribbean wrestling at that too, and like have the opportunity to wrestle for them, like it's just been a life changer right there. And like, of course, like next month I plan on wrestling for them in Jamaica.
Oh shit!
Wow. How'd that come together?
Yeah. I'm truly blessed with that opportunity right there. And I can also speak for Malachi too. Like we both feel blessed for that opportunity to wrestle in California.
Yeah. Jamaica's awesome. Like I've heard like people like, oh, you going over to like Europe or Germany or Japan, but like Jamaica's got to probably be one of the funner places to wrestle.
Yeah, just hope to find out and see, man.
How'd that come together?
Like that's what I'm looking forward to. Wrestling in Japan. Like
Yeah.
I heard they got good cardio, and I'm trying to like level up my cardio.
Yeah, for sure. We talked to Caleb Conley about his time in Japan. He says like he did Zero Max. I think that's where like Steve Carino did a lot of his work. But they said that their shit was just nuts. Like they would just like eat, sleep, and, like wrestle.
Yeah, it's all they do.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
He also said that he was taking a shower and one of the guys just walked in and introduced himself. So just prepare yourself. Like their shower standards are a little different than ours. So DPW is doing another show in Japan soon, aren't they?
That I do not know.
Okay.
So speaking of DPW, you had your match with Darius Martin, guy who consistently is on TV, and you just as good, if not better. How was that working with a guy who is just so actively on like the modern product on TV every week? Is there any story about how that got put together?
Honestly, it was a while back ago, and like James, he was trying to bring in like big names on the show for like the company to go out more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he was he asked me a question, right, and said, "What wrestler do I see myself having a good match with?" And I gotta pitch it into him, but then I was low key joking with him at the same time. And I was like, "It'd be cool if I like wrestle Dante Martin to see what he's about."
Yeah.
And so then he was word, okay. And then so it was funny. Just right when y'all said y'all saw me on that multi-man victory lap show.
Yeah.
Me, Mason, James, Meltman. Damn, there was a lot of people. How many goddamn scrambles are they gonna put me in? You see, the only roster who's been caught up in so many multi-man matches, more than I ever done singles there.
Yeah. Let's change that.
Yeah. So then, I guess after the match or whatever, we were getting ready for the show or whatever, and then like James comes up to me and he's like, "Next month, Dante Martin," and I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." So then next month comes. Already we haven't even met or anything. Dante, he DM'd me. He's like, "Yo, what time you get into the venue and all that?" And so yeah, we chatted. It's pretty cool. You know, I wish we would have done a little longer match, but I see them while we kind of shortened the match a little bit because he's still going through that injury, as you see. So
yeah.
But yeah, but hopefully one day, I hope we actually run it back for real. You know,
Yeah.
That's all about it.
Yeah. It was a fun match. And then right after that, it was the Takeshita match. So it was just like a double hitter. So like a good solid like half hour of just great wrestling.
Oh, hell yeah.
Speaking of guys they brought in, one of the early guys that you faced at DPW was Lince Dorado. What was it like working with him? And you guys had a fucking awesome match.
You know, it was like a dream come true because, like I said, really didn't really watch WWE as much, but when I had, like, I've saw Lince ever since I watched WWE, like since he was on like 205, SmackDown, Raw, the Cruiserweight Classic division, like like he was like one of my idols when I like really got him. And, you know, me like meeting for the first time, like he pretty much showed me the right and the wrong. And, you know, and like what could I say? When I first met him, like, yeah, he was late there, but we just like as soon as we met, we like went straight to business at that. Talked about the match and everything and all that. And we chatted after the match, and he asked me, "Do I do a little bit of traveling?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then he asked me, "Did I ever thought about going to CZW?" And I'm just like, "Funny, because I've already worked there before."
Yeah.
DJ, I hope you're watching this. You owe me money, man. Anyways,
if you want to like, this is the place to talk shit. If you want to talk shit, you got.
No.
Okay.
We'll tag them in everything.
Yeah.
But no. But like one thing he always told me, and it was like every time in wrestling, like always sell bigger than your opponents. And I've always kept that in mind every time I see him. You know, and I can say me having that match with Lince pretty much upped my career to having it like more attention. Like I legit almost had an MLW contract that day when they saw me wrestle Lince, but somehow like got fucked up and they just didn't want me no more. So
yeah. It's cool that you had the opportunity. Yeah.
It was cool.
Yeah. Like when I think back to like that, like CrossFit gym days of DPW, a few matches that I think of obviously is the Lince Dorado, but your match with Bojack is like prime example of like like strength versus speed. That match was just awesome, and like it was just like it could have ended so many different times, but it didn't, and then it reached this like huge crescendo. What was it like being able to wrestle like one of your closest friends and like on that kind of platform and stage, and then just tear the fucking house down?
No, it was crazy too. Like, of course, he was a champion at the time, and I was like still working my way to get up there on that champion line. But so to say, I never even thought I was going to be like one of the actual super DPW stars, like get that opportunity.
Yeah.
But like once I had got that opportunity, it was life changing, and like especially of course super emotional because like I'm fucking wrestling my brother, a guy
Yeah.
who I roll with around the world with about 24/7, like we see each other almost every day. And like for me to sit there and have that emotional moment with my brother is just like, damn, can't believe I'm really doing this, you know? And like it didn't really hit me till like afterwards, cause like I didn't want to get up, but like to that point where like, he had his head out, I was like, damn, I can't leave him hanging. But then he just like legit picked up, we crying. I'm like, but yeah, like that right there, I could say was absolutely one of my best DPW matches I've ever had.
Yeah, it's crazy, and it's on YouTube, so anybody can go check it out. So I definitely recommend that.
Yep. But
And
sadly, now they
speaking,
all DPW on demand page too.
Yeah.
and speaking of matches you've had, well, I guess in that realm, what are matches you're looking forward to having in the next 1 to 2 years? Like, what's that immediate goal, or maybe long term goal? Like, who are guys you're wanting to work?
I really want to work Action Andretti.
He's incredible.
Yeah, he's great.
Ben's supposed to work at CZW, and we only had like one match so far. But it's like I need my redemption to get Action Andretti, and he was actually supposed to come to DPW, but somehow his schedule got mixed up or whatever. But I'm just like, if they could get me Action Andretti, I guarantee you, me and him would put on a banger like we used.
Oh, I bet, yeah.
And who else could I say? I definitely would love to wrestle. What's his name? Blake Christian.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he's great.
GCW champion, right?
GCW champion right there.
Yeah, which is nuts. Speaking of GCW, you've had the opportunity to work GCW. You worked at kind of 2021 and 2022. How different is working a GCW show than like a regular show? Like I know DPW is special; it has this crowd, but GCW crowds are fucking crazy. Like,
I mean, can I use it for that specific? I think that like GCW is just like more hood than DPW. Like,
yeah.
But I just feels like it's like that because I'm at like when I first debuted there, like fans are just saying just reckless shit for no reason. Like they don't give a fuck. Like honestly, they don't. I just look at their like, okay, we gotta do whatever on this show then. Okay, yeah. Like I've met Brett too, and like he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I message him when I can to like get the opportunities. If I get the opportunities, if I don't, hey, maybe next time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just glad I was a part of that. Hoping to be a part of it this year. Hoping they could book my ass at WrestleCade, if anything. because they is in North Carolina at Russell Case. So
yeah. We love to do that.
First person I'm thinking of at GCW right now is Jordan Oliver. That's who
That would
I
be
love.
Yeah,
Right there.
yeah, he's incredible.
Cutter.
Yeah, man. Speaking of GCW, you and Bojack had that really cool spot where you got on his shoulders and did the flip onto the crowd. Is that something you guys put together beforehand? I'd imagine it's probably right.
Okay, we've thought about something on that one. So it was just to a point where it was like, okay, everyone knows that the history that me and Bojack got, right? So I was like, at the point he just wanted to be, we were thought about it just like straight up going into it though. But I was like, no, what if we did reverse this, reverse that, then lead on to it? What I messed up on was I wasn't supposed to corkscrew with it. I was supposed to go straight down with it. But somehow, right when I corkscrew on it, I guess I had accidentally elbowed a white Mike.
Oh no!
But I was just like, damn. That's one thing everyone can say about Diego. Diego is a good wrestler, but they'll tell you Diego be fucking motherfuckers for no reason. I don't know why.
I know. I didn't get elbowed in the face, but I did end up on the floor. I don't even know if it was there, but it was like that's awesome. Yeah, GCW. That was the one you did in Charlotte was our first GCW show, and it was like it was something else.
It was wild to me that it was the same fan base. Like these were the same guys we see at shows. But when they walked through those doors, something changed about them. They were not the same people. They're just saying shit they would never say in other shows. I'm like, what is happening?
For real, like, all crazy.
My favorite thing of the night,
because I'm like, the energy is just so different.
Yeah, my favorite thing of the night is there was this guy who clearly brought his girlfriend against her will, and so they were standing up. And he was just saying the most wild shit all night long. And my favorite thing was he would say a wild shit, and then I would look over at her, like, and she would just be like, "What the fuck? Like, who is this man?
Why am I here?"
Like,
oh my god!
I like wrestling is something that's like already if you're bringing somebody new into it, it's like a shock. But then you like bring somebody to a GCW show where like literally you're gonna get hit with glass and like. People were, so that was one of my favorite things of that night.
Yeah, fuck too for either. You get hit with a glass, you get hit with a glass. You try to tell you
about. Have you ever like you mentioned elbowing somebody? You ever had a moment where you've like had like a crazy spot where I realize the answer to this is yes because you followed me, but like you've had a moment where you like something missed or something like twisted, you like end up like going somewhere crazy.
I can say something in like New Jersey where I did this corner spot where I jump over the buckle, like tope buckle, and so they had different chairs at the time. They had the chairs that you can only sit down and not fold. So I was like thinking to myself, I was like, damn. Okay. Like, and Tony, I'm sorry, okay? Like one of our like camera edited dudes for like the DPW show.
Yeah.
So like at that moment I just see a chair right there. And so like I'm not even thinking twice. Once I'm feeling it, I'm fucking feeling it, all right? I'm just on my and holler shit. So I'm just like kick this damn chair as far as I can, and I'm just like boom. And I'm over here trying to give Tony like the eye of like, you better move your ass out the way if you want to get hit. So right when I like kick the thing, like the chair, like it had some bullshit in it, like it just and so like right there, he has the camera like this, right? And then he just quickly goes. I was like, I try to warn you.
I gave you the look.
Yeah. That's awesome. So you've had some really cool matches. DPW, it seems DPW, PWF kind of changed your life as far as your wrestling career goes. You've got some ideals within the next like 2 years of people you want to wrestle, but long term for Diego Hill, where do you want to see be yourself in like 5 years?
See, where could I see myself? Of being known as an inspiration, you know, and telling people like no matter how hard things hit you, just hit the motherfuckers back harder. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And, you know,
That's
never
great.
give up.
yeah.
Never give
Those are great words of inspiration. Do you have like a place that you'd like to be in your career by then, or like what's the ultimate goal for you as far as wrestling?
Right now, I'm looking at going to Impact. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
Ooh,
thinking
that
about
X
stuff.
division, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That'd be a great
trying
spot
to
for you.
about like I feel like I can hang with the fellas over there.
yeah. Who would like Chris Bay,
Oh yeah,
Keith Austin, like just some of those matches. Laredo Kid, I don't know if he's still there, but Speedball, like, yeah,
oh yeah. I've had a ring with Speedball before.
yeah.
I've had.
Was that at WrestleCade?
Yeah, the day after.
Yeah, he's like he's gonna be like everywhere. This like he's gonna be at DPW, AML, Title Belt Pro. Like I don't know if he's moving down here or what, but if you ever have a chance to see him, it's pretty awesome.
Hey, he's a really great. He's always a great guy to meet with. You know,
Yeah,
he's
Christian has a
funny
little bit
too.
of beef with him.
I have a little beef, but it's okay.
Who?
Speedball.
Speedball.
He was
Yeah,
a
I
great
heard it.
dude. He this is a stupid thing, but this is just a content creation thing. That like that it was his match with I think it was
Nah,
either his match with
Big moments though. I've been having his big moments.
Yeah,
he
He had his big moments with me and Bojack too.
yeah. Okay. Oh, good to know.
see I just be a dick. No, he reposted a video of mine which was very cool, and I messaged him being like, "Hey, please tag the page that you took this from because like that'd be really good for us." And he just read it and it just bummed me out a bit because it's like, oh man, that could have been a really cool get if you would have just like tagged us in it.
But your story sounds so similar to what fucking Dante had told me the other day. So I forgot what show this was, but they're going. I guess I got a follow from Mike Bailey at the time because I was like, oh shit, Mike Bailey followed me, and then Dottie gives me this look, and he's just like, and I was like, what? He was like, man, he goes, man, this motherfucker followed me. I followed him back, and then he unfollows me, and I'm like.
What?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What kind of games is he playing?
I'd have been like, brother, if you just want to follow, just message me. God damn it, like
follow for follow.
Yeah, that's wild.
Follow just trying to get that follow count up.
Now is that what we doing now?
You heard it here first. Speedball Mike Bailey is a serial unfollower. Does he still follow you?
Hey, he still follow me. I check that thing almost every time. The day he unfollow me, the day I unfollow his ass too.
Maybe he just didn't like Dottie's content.
Can't rule it out.
So this is the part of the show where we like to kind of put people over. You've been put over a lot on this part of our show. Who are some people that you think that more people should know about? It'd be here, North Carolina, South Carolina, anywhere? Just the people that you think that more people need to see wrestle.
First, Hotline Star Machines. Y'all know my boys. Bojack. That's my brother. BK Westbrook. Please take a look at his shit. I'm telling you, he does the sickest drop game today. The Long Shots, of course, current PWF Tag Team Champions, and they've really been pushing their tag team to a whole nother level. And I'm just proud to say I'm glad to see how them boys have grown as a tag team.
Yeah. Sure.
And there's this other high flyer named Rocket. Y'all got to take a look at him. He's most likely in the Jersey area at the H2O here. I've heard they going down or whatever, some shit, whatever. I don't know about it, but yeah. He's pretty cool. Kristen Robinson, of course. Another high flyer who's sick. Reminds me of me. And damn, I got a whole lot of people. Of course, Jada Stone. I can't forget about Jada Stone. Y'all really got to see what Jada Stone's about. Like,
yeah, I think we're having her on next week. It's on the podcast, so definitely somebody you want to check out. That match she had with I always say it wrong. Queen Adamina. I know I always butcher it. It was just fucking next level at DPW a while back.
Yeah, I was front row. I saw that one. That match, they banker.
Yeah. Christian has a story question he has to ask. I have a question that might lead into it. Is there a
24 karat Trey Havoc?
Oh yeah, dude, he's awesome.
Oh, he's the man.
He is so good. He is so good. There was one time I got to bring this up because there was one time him and Bojack had a match at Fayetteville, right? And so it's funny because Bojack wanted me to be his manager. I'm like, you see that exactly? It's okay to react like that.
Yeah.
Because you know I was gonna fuck some shit up. He already told me. So then, right when I'm walking, I'm over here trying so hard to get Bojack to break character because sometimes it be easy and sometimes it be hard.
Yeah.
And so what I usually do is I do this little jump skippy thing that I do around her. I'm gonna send y'all a clip about that later.
Oh, please do, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I did it around me and was like, "What the fuck you doing?" And when I tried to do it again, he just stands, does his little pose, and he's like, "I'm not doing this with you today, Diego." Oh. And there's the reason why I tell you how good Trey is, right?
Yeah.
We're here beating down on Trey, and there's this one old black woman, right, who's just talking mad shit to Bojack, right? So I'm over here put my little 2 cents in, right? So I'm like, "Hey, you don't sit your old ass down." She got up and was getting ready to fight me, dog. Like, she legit out her seat to walk to the guard world. My ass was legitimately about to walk back to the ringside. I'm not for the fight.
That's how you get heat, though. Take out somebody's grandmother. That's instant heat.
Telling you. Aaron Cox, of course. I see him be in the future.
Yeah. So many great talent here. I have a question. For a vague reason, I feel like there's a story about you and Zaxbys. Is that the case?
I mean, I do love me some Zaxbys. I ain't gonna lie.
I think I saw something about that.
I'm being for Zaxbys.
What's your go-to Zaxby's meal?
So I got to get the Signature Club. I've also got to get their tenders. I've also got to get their wings. And yeah, pretty much almost everything on that meal.
Yeah.
I really don't fuck with a salad like that because I'm usually not a salad person. But
yeah,
just like they chicken is good.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's good.
Christian used to work at a Zaxby's for
years. Yeah, I worked It was actually for like 3 years, so I get it.
We just
Would you
recently
say?
got his back. He
Nah,
went
no,
back.
worked for a whole week and got fired. You want to know why?
What's that?
Why?
Because I couldn't stop eating the damn chicken.
That's great. Would you say Zaxbys is your go-to cheat meal?
I could say it's my everyday meal.
Is there a preferred cheat meal? Like when it's like you're just looking for your favorite food. What does that come out to be?
If it's like a cheat meal, if anything, I'll probably like go to like Burger King, McDonald's, or whatever. But if it's like something that I want to cheat, then I would definitely go to Zaxby's.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I think I might have Zaxby's today for dinner. I just put it out there.
Yeah, I'm planning on going there too.
This has been awesome. We really enjoyed having you. You're one of our favorites. Like DPW, the D of DPW stands for Diego Hill in my book. So definitely awesome to have you on.
Boy, Diego puts on whatever. Yeah.
Put on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for your time, especially like you're taking a break, you're doing a little bit of a wrestle vacation. So thanks for taking the time to talk with us. And we're excited to see you get back in the ring.
Yeah, I can't wait to see y'all guys again. Thank y'all.
All right. Thank you.